Tennis player John McEnroe is one of the sport's greatest players, winning 77 singles titles and 7 Grand Slams during his career. But he's also remembered for his antics on the court and memorable phrases like, "You cannot be serious." McEnroe is sharing some thoughts on that in a new documentary.
All right, just keep yourself under control. Just go play. And then, boom, everything would go out the window. Don't do that. Do not do that. What are you, a stupid moron?
No. The call came before the ball was played.
He never even called it.
Well, no. Yes, he called
No,
it.
he never said anything.
Play a let, please.
Could I have the referee, please?
No.
Could I have the referee?
Play on.
I'd like to have the referee.
I was crazed. Nervous energy flying all over the place. Intensity, anger.
Mr. McEnroe, you are getting a public warning. Now, please play on.
Mentally, I became really good at being able to compartmentalize to a degree. If you watch other players in most sports, if they go off the rails, it's very difficult to pull it back in.
How was that?
That was one of the things that I did better than...
It is a really compelling watch. The documentary is called McEnroe, and it will air on Showtime, which, like CBS, is the division of Paramount Global. John McEnroe, good morning.
Good morning to you. I'm impressed you all. You claim to have watched it.
No, we did.
Go ahead. Quiz us on your life.
The documentary.
I love the last 10 minutes, to be honest with you. I think it really solidifies who you are and talks about love and, as we said in the tease, vulnerability and all of those.
Thank you. I don't remember the last 10 minutes, but...
It's brutally honest, and I wonder, you know, the documentary starts with you saying, "I am the greatest player of all time." And I remember when
do you know when I said it? Because 1984 or 5.
Okay, so it was a while ago.
It was a while ago, before these other guys, I don't know, Federer, Nadal, Djokovic, these guys seem to have gone by me, but at that moment...
Do you believe that today?
Do I believe today that I'm the greatest player that ever lived?
Was.
At that particular moment in time, it was quite a while ago. I had a lot, my hair was a different color, different times, the end of wood racket era, but at that moment I thought I'd taken the game to another level.
We hear from you in the documentary about your father and how his, you wanted to please him, but we hear about his sort of controlling behavior and wanting to make you a winner. You also say in the documentary, "I'm not an empathetic person, and that is my biggest flaw." I wonder if at 63 years old, you think you are empathetic today.
6 kids later, I'm better than I was. I wouldn't call that my strong suit. I sort of look at things fairly black and white. Although everything ends up being sort of a gray area, like when push comes to shove. I mean, look at politics, right? Everyone's so one side or the other, but it seemed like we'd be better off somewhere in the middle. And I think, in general, that would be better the way to lead life in that manner.
Yeah. Your wife, Patty, says at one point in the documentary that she married the super brat, that your reputation for outbursts, but she ended up with the good dad. You've been on this journey.
Well, that was actually my favorite line in the movie. She said, "I married a bad boy who turned into a good man."
A good man, yeah.
So that to me was like, it gives me goosebumps even now. I mean, I got a second chance, which a lot of people can relate to in a marriage, for example. So that allowed me, I say in the documentary, but it's also obviously true, that it allowed me to sort of be me, like the person I wanted to be. As a person, it was more difficult. But I was younger the first time around.
Yeah. Well, the other thing that's really interesting is someone in the documentary dug up, I think your mom was the one who showed someone your report card or teacher review when you were in first grade. And John was deemed too hard on himself, which suggests that you were always you on the court. There was a part of you that would not accept anything less than perfection, and that unwillingness to allow yourself to just screw up is what led to this bad boy persona.
Maybe.
That sounds like an interesting theory. No, I think that, definitely, I wish my parents were still around, because they were sort of perfectionists. They were great parents. I felt love, so that's not the issue there. It's just it never seemed like it was enough.
Right.
That you always had to do more, and I think that at some point that becomes a detriment as opposed to something that's positive. At first, you strive to succeed, and you need to be pushed in a way. I mean, living in the city, there's an energy in New York City. Why are you turn into the person you were? There's, I haven't spoken to Sigmund Freud's relatives lately. I've been fortunate. I haven't seen too many psychologists recently. But the bottom line is that you sort of like, how did he become the person he did when he started yelling at these umpires? And I don't think there's any simple answer.
Yeah.
Part of it, obviously, was my parents. They pushed me, and the fact that my dad was, number 2 out of 500 people at law school. My mom said, "Why aren't you number 1?" So it always felt like you had to keep, going. And so I was like, "1 Wimbledon enough? 2, 3?"
Yeah.
Now I wish I'd listened to him more. 'Cause these other guys have so many more. I'm like left, I'm like, what happened?
I have one quick question about the U.S. Open, since you're going
Has
to
to
be
be really
covering
quick.
it, right?
It's gonna go to black.
I know. So, Nicholas Kyrgios, hothead. Now, what do you think of him?
I love Nick. He's a great kid. He could win the whole thing if he kept his head together. That's the bottom line. He moves the needle for us. But
you often won the whole thing, and you didn't keep your head together. So you're kind of counterpoint. We're going to go to black. They're going to take us off. I want to tell people the title. It's called McEnroe. You cannot be serious. We're out of time. Are you kidding me? It's available on Showtime.
Forget it.
I'm out of here. We'll be right back.